know how I've ever made it up that hill before.
Ohio's flat. They tell me on YouTube. See? Flat as a pancake. What is up, everybody? Erin and I drove down and parked at Wooly Pig Brewing near Coshocton, Ohio to do a ride, or a version of a ride we had done before that we absolutely loved. I believe this is an Ohio gravel grinders route, and there's a 37-mile version we've done before, but on this day we were doing just the 24-mile version. This is mostly a gravel ride, though it is mixed surfaces. There's a lot of really chunky gravel and really narrow roads like you're seeing here, but there is some version of chip and seal, and there are some paved country roads as well, or just sections where they've paved the climbs. Chunky! Whatever the title of this video is, because I don't know it yet, but you do, it's not hyperbole, because I really do believe that this is the best gravel ride, at least I've done so far in Ohio. I definitely haven't ridden everything yet, but I've been around a decent amount, and to me, this so far is my favorite one. And it's not just because how great the roads are, it's just there's a lot of really cool views. It's just kind of everything combines together to make this my favorite so far. Here she comes. 2 miles, 240 feet, and already a gnarly gravel descent. This route is great. They glued the gravel down here, huh?
I guess.
Yeah, we were joking that they had glued the gravel down in some spots, so it's definitely a form of chip and seal. I've just never seen it with the stones and the aggregate being so big like it is here. But when we first did the 37-mile version of this route, it was super loose there. There was a tractor going through kind of raking up the gravel. I'm not an expert on gravel roads, but I assume they do that once in a while to pull the gravel back up out of the dirt and clay or whatever the base is. If you do come to do this ride, make sure you bring everything you need. There aren't really any amenities out here, so bring all your water, all your snacks, all your food. If you're doing the 37, you might want to have some kind of light lunch or something. There is a gas station drive-through. I've never gone into it. That might have a market, but that is just 4 miles from the finish of either version of the route, so not really something that's going to be helpful by that point in the ride, unless you're just, dragging yourself in on empty. I think this was the softest gravel I'd ever ridden last time. Now it's all glued. Now that's a hill.
Yeah.
Tell me how you feel about it.
I'm wondering whether I put any feet down last time. And if I didn't, how? I mean, I haven't put one down yet.
Yeah. It leveled off to 8%. I think it's going to get a lot higher than that. Yeah. Erin just said that Wooly Bear is going faster than her. 18% was the steepest grade I saw so far. White Eyes Township 200. I am glad I took the gunner. I took the rally last time. I'm happy with the sweet bars and the wider tires on this chunky gravel.
Hey, hey.
These roads are so good.
Oh, that's a good one.
Give me the Dustin Clyde. So later in this ride, we were climbing up a hill that was paved like this, and Erin was like, I wouldn't be mad if this is paved the whole way up. And it just got me thinking, we were discussing that I don't really love gravel for the sake of gravel. I mean, there's certain challenges that happen with gravel roads that could be fun, and you could be on a rougher one, and if you're already riding a bigger tired bike like I am on this ride, then why not? So yeah, that certain gravel roads could be almost feel like single track or more of a challenge to ride, and that's fun. The main thing to me is what gravel represents, and it's just where it usually happens to be, which just means there's going to be way less traffic. It could be way more scenic in the case of rides like this, and the other gravel ride I posted this year definitely is the case. So yeah, it's not so much like gravel for gravel's sake, but in a place like Ohio, if the roads are gravel, you're probably riding somewhere pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think about that. Is it you really like being on gravel? It's the gravel experience, or is it the fact that it's not a road like the one we're looking at right here? And again, I mentioned that earlier in the video, but this ride did have probably about 5 miles as we were cutting the loop of a busier road. And this road wasn't a problem. And if I was out on a road ride, no big deal. It's just when you're on a ride this beautiful and you haven't seen a car for a half an hour, you just get into that mindset and a road like this becomes way less attractive. I wouldn't say don't do this ride because of it. It's still totally worth it if you just want to go out for the 24 mile, but it's just something to keep in mind that there is that section when you're making the turn that isn't my favorite. Another thing that I think benefited us pretty well on this day is even though we've had this late summer, early fall drought, last week we did get about a day and a half of rain. We only saw 1 or 2 puddles out on these roads, but the thing is, I'm thinking it was probably just good enough to knock down a lot of the dust that we would have had to deal with had it not gotten that little bit of rain out here. You can just see how good these roads are and what a great ride this is. And as I always say, obviously the GoPro flattens things, but you could see off the side there and on these ridges. So just imagine, this looks even better in real life than it does in this video. 10 out of 10 on this route, would recommend, especially the 37, as I mentioned, if you don't mind going a little farther and upping the climbing even more. This is the town, I believe it's Keene that I mentioned, and that old school is connected to the drive-through. Like I said, you're only 4 miles from finishing.
It's a big ass bell. A little guy and a big guy.
Trying to hold this thing still.
This is really going to be beautiful in a little while. About a week, 2 weeks. I know we're not going to get true peak fall colors this year because of the drought, but it's still going to be pretty.
So we both had a few snacks with us to get us through the ride. I actually bought some Nutter Butters at the gas station. If anyone knows when they stop making Nutter Butters in the shape of a peanut, please let me know. I was kind of bummed out, like round Nutter Butters. What's the point of that? But either way, we mostly kept moving on this ride. I did stop to take a couple photos, which you'll see at the end. But we were getting very hungry by this point, and we were pretty excited because it was Oktoberfest at Wooly Pig Brewing. I've got some footage of that as well. They were doing all kinds of games like stein holding, keg throwing, and then just had different beer stations, and I was able to even get their fest beer out of one of their wooden kegs. So if you've never been to Wooly Pig Brewing, such an awesome spot and totally worth it.
Look at all those cars. I did not expect that. What's that? Yep, always.
So this was a fun video to make because it was such a great day out. Perfect weather, perfect route, perfect party here at Wooly Pig Brewing after. So if you enjoy this content, give this video a like. If you want to support us some more, consider becoming a channel member. But either way, thanks as always for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace.